Alright, so he says this, and some of you guys have to know some of these traditions for our lovely host here. Everybody, dobre večer, good evening, my friends, and welcome to the cafe. Aloha. It's great. I have to applaud. Hey, thank you. And because our wonderful host, Baki, puts up with us, thank you so very much, Baki. Nasis and Ame. Welcome, my friends. It is great to see you. Thank you. This has been just a crazy weather-changing time, and all I can say before I try to read anything is that I happen to have this bag, this Crown Royal bag, and you're supposed to put your life savings into it for a phenomenal feature this evening. Everything, you know, our feature tonight is Rochelle Holt. Yeah, Rochelle! Woo! And she's got a slew of books published. I happen to know about a few of them because Scars Publications published a few of them, and they're really, really cool. And I'm really thrilled that I've actually gotten to meet her because I've known her for approaching 20 years.
Wow.
It was early 90s, I think, with you and the first books. Infamous, and that book was like 93, 94. It was her. And I'm like, I know her, but I've never actually met her. So I really look forward to it. I probably should have asked you to, or if I could have remembered to bring a proof copy of The Color of Shy, because that is going into an issue of CC&D the future. I should have remembered to bring that. I stink. But I'm going to pass this on first over to this guy over here if he's watching. What? Put tons of money in there and pass it along because this woman so deserves it, I swear. And I'll give her proper props when I'm introducing her. So I was going to read a few pieces that are actually from a book, second printing now, called Contents Under Pressure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if it's, very, tightly sealed container, be careful, and volatile stuff in here, open up, contents under pressure. So I was going to read a few pieces that I was also planning on setting up for an audio CD. So, the first one that I wanted to do, I was thinking actually because Rochelle was here, because I so seldom get to do things about anything woman-related. Because I usually have a slew of men here, and these are the people. I'm like, oh, I have a woman here. So I wanted to start off with this. I wanted to start off to him. I wanted to start off with a piece called Barbie. My sister-in-law gave me a Midge doll set when she married my brother. Midge came complete with a wardrobe of designer floor-length dresses with sequins and tulle and three-quarter-length gloves. But Midge, the older model, had short, red hair, styled like a housewife, not like Barbie's, long and blonde and flowing. And Midge could never sit in a chair because her plastic legs were rigid and couldn't bend. For my 6th birthday, I received a PJ doll, one of Barbie's friends. PJ's hair was blonde, like Barbie's, but it was shorter, and her eyes were brown, like mine. Not the eyes to dream of, eyes like mine. When I finally got you, Barbie, I treated you like some sort of goddess, you with your disproportionate figure and perpetual smile. When you never eat, you can always stay thin. You can always be happy. I took plastic kitchen shelf liner and caulking glue and lined a shoebox so that you could have a bathtub. I taped a straw around the back of the tub so that you could even have jets and extra bubbles when you soaked. My father's pool table was your lake. A second shoebox served as your speedboat. You took all your friends for boat rides along the green. Ken, the Donnie and Marie dolls, PJ, even Midge. But I couldn't be like you. I had to eat, and I could only stand on my toes for so long when you stood like a dancer perpetually. I couldn't always smile. I was only a little girl, and I was cursed with brown eyes. What did you teach me? I pressed you next to Ken under the pink and white bed sheets, but your plastic bodies made a loud noise when you came together. Your legs never intertwined. Your smile never changed. And now, all grown up, I visit my parents' house. They tell me I have boxes of toys that could be thrown away. Kitchen accessories for the Barbie camper, beaded dresses I made myself. And I think I could give these toys to my niece so she could play, so she could learn. And then I decide, no, these dolls, these values, these memories, they belong sealed in cardboard boxes where only time can take its toll. Thank you. I'm trying to find pieces that are, you know, I didn't get to properly toast when I was saying toast for Buffy. Yay. Sorry. As I said, I'm trying to find things that are very differently themed because there's all sorts of topics in this book, and so I decided to do this one piece called What Do We Say? What do we tell our youth when we let them out on probation for violent crimes because there's no room in our jails? What does it say of us when a painting of a clown by John Wayne Gacy sells for millions? What does it say of our self-esteem when hundreds of women write letters to Charlie Manson asking for his hand in marriage? What does it say of our media when it glorifies these dark heroes? Dear hero, I want to know how your mind works. I want to know why you did it. I want to know how you feel about politics and love and marriage. I hope you're not suffering too much. I love you. What rights do we really take away for those who take our rights from us? I hope you're not suffering too much. Richard Speck, convicted of killing 8 nurses, was videotaped in his prison cell by cellmates with his male lover counting $100 bills, snorting mounds of cocaine, showing off his hormonally induced shapely breasts. When a member of society commits a crime, they relinquish the rights they have taken from others. In theory. One man in prison filed a lawsuit against the state for serving peas to him too many days in a row. One man in prison filed a lawsuit against Ann Landers because she published his letter where he wrote he killed his wife. One man in prison filed a lawsuit after lawsuit against the state solely because he felt a great joy in needlessly spending the taxpayers' money. What do we say to all of this? What do we say? I'm going to leave it in one. I tried to make it funny, and I just find this entertaining because if anybody knows the Chicagoland area, Chicago Poetry Slams are done at the Green Mill. And
among other places.
Well, the big one, the big main one for the Chicago Poetry Slam is done at the Green Mill. And so I had to write this piece, and it's called The Bathroom at the Green Mill. You know, I'm so used to walking into bathrooms at bars and seeing, I love Scott, and I think I love Paul, but I think I love girls, scribbled on the stalls in ink. But I went into the bathroom at the Green Mill on the north side of Chicago, which hosts the Uptown Poetry Slam, while a black woman read poetry about oppression and plantations and slavery, which sounded more like a speech, but I won't get into that. No. I walked into the bathroom, into a stall, I closed the door, and I saw some writing. And I thought, oh, I bet this writing actually has something to say. I bet there's poetry up on these walls. So I started to read, and I saw, I love Scott, and I think I love Paul, but I think I love girls. And I started to think that I'd actually like to meet these people that write these messages. I'd love to ask them, hey, are you still with Brian? Because when it said Jeannie and Brian forever in the bathroom stall at the Green Mill, I wanted to know if it really was true and I can still believe everything I read. So then I put my lipstick on in the bathroom at the Green Mill in Chicago, heard the black woman's voice resonating throughout the bar, thought for a moment about what was on those walls, and walked away. Thank you. area.
Back to your seat. Okay.
I was like, I'm just leaving the bathroom right there. But, and speaking of, that was the man I was going to call up next. So, ladies and gentlemen, I love this man, my little actor guy, and I'm so looking for it. So, Bob Rashkoff, get on up here.